Today I'm going to tell you the story of this random stranger who I met on a layover in Ireland. A back injury brought me to hiking the Kerry Way in Ireland. In autumn of 2022, I flew to Germany by myself to go compete or go run the Cologne Half Marathon in Cologne, Germany. I spent about a week there. It was a lovely trip, although I only ended up running the first mile of the half marathon because my back hurt. I was very, very lucky because just a few days after I returned home, I herniated. Now I was traveling alone, so these are my selfies of me traveling. And on the way home, I had a layover in London. I got one of those tour guides with the flags. 10 out of 10, you gotta do this if you have like 12 hours in London. The experience of a lifetime. And I was in pain, but I was walking, and it was phenomenal. I was having a great trip back home. This was one of two layovers, and then I laid over again in Ireland. So as one does on my layover in Ireland, my layover in Ireland was just overnight. I did not actually have enough time to go downtown and get a Guinness, but when in Ireland, you have to get a Guinness. So I went downstairs to the Hilton's hotel bar, hung out with these people for a Guinness. Now, this guy was Irish, and he was from not Northern Ireland, but further north from where we were, and he was in town doing construction work. I don't remember his name, but he made such an impression on me because he was just such a nice guy, so hospitable. Wasn't hitting on me, just being a really nice person. He bought my Guinness because he decided that I was visiting. He was just being hospitable. It made such an impression that I just thought, man, Irish people are the nicest people I've ever met. The people at the hotel desk were nice. The people at the airport were nice. Everybody that I met in Ireland in that very short period were just the nicest people I think I ever met in my life. Huge impression. Made me think, I need to come back here. And now I don't have a lot of pictures of me during this time, but this is one I do have of me standing upright when I was headed in to get my MRI. If you'll notice, and I didn't really notice this until now, but these are my shoulders. You can see how off I am, and that's because I was being pulled down so much by that spinal nerve. If you can believe that. Anyhow, so this was at the hospital when I was getting my MRI. During that time when I was kind of down and out for the count, I was doing a lot of laying down and thinking and a lot of pondering. What am I going to do with my life? Very scared, a lot of pain, trying to figure out life. So I'm back from Europe. I've herniated my spine. I can't move. I can hardly do anything. I'm in so much pain, and I'm wondering, am I going to make it through this? Am I ever going to be able to walk normally again? Am I always going to be like this? Is this always going to be the amount of pain I'm in? And I'm just thinking, I can't do this anymore. I was really starting to lose a lot of hope. So at this time, before this, I was doing these little challenges online. They were the Conqueror app. You can get these challenges on your phone where you can walk a route, and it's like GPS. You log your miles and it'll take you to a new spot on the map. And one of the challenges I purchased was the Ring of Kerry. The Ring of Kerry is in Ireland, and I just thought, those Irish people are just so nice. I really do have to make it back there. Maybe I should plan a trip to Ireland. And that's what I did most of the time when I was laying on my back like this, completely contorted and unable to move. So I did the whole, I planned out every mile of that route, where I would go. I found maps on all trails, and I figured out which towns I would pass through, how many miles I would have to walk per day, which town I would stay in, which where there were campsites, things like that, where there was food. I was borderline crazy planning this, and I mean to the T. It was a little obsessive, but it was something that kept my mind busy because you just can't. You have to find something to immerse your brain in, or you'll go nuts with despair thinking about what you can't do. And this is me with the Charlie Chaplin statue in Waterville, Ireland, just off the Kerry Way. It was unreal. This was about halfway through the walk. The Kerry Way is, if I can remember, it was about 123 miles or so total. It was the most beautiful place I've ever seen. This is not the most beautiful picture. This is probably one of the more beautiful pictures I took while I was there. And this is very much on the top of a mountain. This is very high up. Just what was down here were tiny ants. This was just unbelievably beautiful. Ireland is a beautiful place, and I'm so happy I was able to make it there. But it was a very long road of recovery. So I herniated in the autumn, really like early November of 2022. I had my surgery in end of January of 2023, and then I actually got to Ireland in the autumn of 2024. So it's kind of amazing where life will take you. The impression that I got from that random stranger on a layover, just super nice people. And I met some of the most amazing people in Ireland too. And it just makes me want to go back. The people there are just amazing people, so incredibly kind. It's just like a different world. It really is. Anyhow, there is hope beyond all of the pain and all of that. So if you are in that situation currently, if you're feeling that kind of pain, you're wondering how you're going to get out of it, plan something. You have to look forward to something. I'm still planning things, making sure I have goals, things like that. That's how you make it through and how you make it forward. Don't get addicted to all of the painkillers that they give you. I mean, you do need them while you're in that quality of pain, but you take them conservatively and make it through, and take them as you need them, and don't abuse them, and there's a beautiful life out there on the other side. Signing off.